The sky burned red as if the world itself was on fire. Clouds glowed like embers, stretched and torn by a furious wind that carried the scent of dust, fear, and destiny. The sun hung low, swollen and angry, casting long shadows across the Pride Lands. Every creature felt it. This was not an ordinary day. This was the day the land would remember forever. Beneath the burning sky, a battle was about to begin that would decide the future of the circle of life. Third, roar did not come from rage, but from warning. It rolled across the plains, deep and commanding, echoing against stone and riverbanks. Lions froze mid-step. Birds took flight. The grass itself seemed to bow beneath the weight of that sound. At the heart of it all stood the rightful king, his mane lit by the crimson sky, his eyes steady and unafraid. He had known this moment would come. Every lesson, every loss, every scar had led him here. Across the plains, movement stirred within the haze of heat and dust. A dark figure emerged, framed by the burning horizon. The rival king walked with deliberate confidence, each step heavy, each breath filled with hunger for power. His mane flowed like smoke, his gaze locked forward, unblinking. He believed the Pride Lands had grown weak. He believed fear could rule better than balance. And today, under a sky that looked ready to collapse, he intended to prove it. The wind intensified, whipping dust into spirals that danced between the two forces. Lions gathered behind their leaders, muscles tense, hearts pounding. Cubs were pulled close, eyes wide with confusion and fear. Elders lowered their heads, remembering past wars, past mistakes. The burning sky watched silently as claws dug into earth and jaws clenched with resolve. Then the charge began. The ground thundered as bodies surged forward. Dust exploded beneath pounding paws, and the air filled instantly with roars that collided like crashing waves. The heat was suffocating, the sky pressing down as if to test every soul beneath it. Lions slammed into one another with brutal force. Claws tore, fangs snapped, and the plains erupted into chaos. The rightful king moved with purpose through the storm. Every step was controlled, every strike calculated. He did not fight to destroy, he fought to protect. His roar cut through the noise, guiding his pride, steadying those who faltered. Wherever he moved, courage followed. Lions who had trembled moments before found strength in his presence, rising to defend the land they called home. The rival king fought like wildfire. Unpredictable, ferocious, and relentless, struck without hesitation, using fear as a weapon, power as his language. His roar was sharp and jagged, tearing through the air like a blade. He believed dominance alone would crown him king. He believed mercy was weakness. Beneath the burning sky, he unleashed everything he had. The battlefield blurred into motion and sound. Bodies collided, rolled, and rose again. The scent of blood mixed with dust and sweat, thick and overwhelming. Cries of pain echoed across the plains, but so did cries of defiance. The Pride Lands were fighting for their future, and every lion knew there would be no second chance. The two kings finally collided near the center of the battlefield. The impact sent a shockwave through the ground, knocking nearby lions off balance. They circled each other, muscles coiled, eyes locked. The burning sky reflected in their gazes. Two visions of leadership standing face to face. One fought for control. The other fought for balance. They clashed again and again. Claws met claws. Teeth grazed fur, spiraled upward, swallowing them in a storm of heat and fury. The rival king attacked with relentless aggression, forcing the rightful king backward, step by step. Each blow carried anger, ambition, and desperation. The rightful king absorbed the attacks, waiting, watching, learning. Around them, the battle raged on. Lions fought fiercely on both sides, driven by loyalty, fear, and hope. Cubs hidden behind rocks watched with trembling hearts, witnessing the cost of power and the meaning of courage. The land itself seemed to groan beneath the violence, rivers splashing wildly, trees shuddering as if trying to pull away from the chaos. The burning sky darkened further, clouds thickening, turning from red to deep orange, then to shadowed black. Thunder rumbled in the distance, low and ominous, as if the sky itself was choosing a side. The wind howled louder, scattering dust and ash across the battlefield. The rival king lunged, forcing the rightful king toward a rocky slope. Loose stones slid beneath their paws, making every movement dangerous. The rival king pressed harder, sensing victory. His attacks became wilder, less controlled, fueled by the belief that the throne was within reach. The rightful king stumbled, catching himself just before falling. For a heartbeat, the world seemed to pause. Cubs gasped. Lions froze. The burning sky flickered with lightning, illuminating the two figures locked in combat. This was the moment everything could end. But the rightful king rose. He roared not in anger, but in resolve. Then, the sound cut through thunder and wind, steady and unbreakable. He shifted his stance, grounding himself against the earth. Every lesson learned, every ancestor remembered, every life he protected surged through him. He countered the rival king's attack with precision, using his opponent's fury against him. The rival king faltered, surprised. He had underestimated patience. He had underestimated wisdom. His footing slipped on loose stone, and for the first time, fear flickered in his eyes. They grappled, rolling dangerously close to the edge of the slope. Claws scraped rock. Dust choked the air. The burning sky unleashed rain, heavy drops hissing against the heated ground. Mud formed instantly, turning the battlefield slick and treacherous. Rain fell harder, blurring vision, soaking fur, cooling the burning plains. Yet the fight did not slow. If anything, it intensified. Lightning cracked across the sky, illuminating the two kings' locked-in struggle, their silhouettes etched against fire and shadow. The rightful king gained leverage, forcing the rival king back. Not with rage, but with control. Not with hatred, but with purpose. He pinned his opponent momentarily, their eyes locked. In that moment, the rival king saw the truth he had refused to accept. Power alone could not rule the circle of life. The rival king broke free and lunged again, desperate. The rightful king sidestepped, guiding the motion, forcing his opponent to overextend. The rival king slipped, sliding dangerously close to the edge as rain pounded harder, turning stone into ice. Time slowed. The burning sky flashed white with lightning. Thunder exploded overhead. Every lion watched, frozen, breath held. The rival king clung to the edge, claws digging into stone, eyes wide with fear and fury. The rightful king stood above him, rain streaming down his mane, chest heaving. He could end it. One move. One final act. The battle, the war, the threat gone forever.